Alright, so you're about to discover why chasing 500 reviews is making your business harder to grow and what actually works. You'll learn how Google's algorithm secretly rewards fresh reviews over old ones, why a cafe with 5 new reviews per week beats one with 2,000 dusty old ones, the 3-level system for building unstoppable review momentum, and exactly how to measure if your velocity is working, and the one metric your competitors aren't tracking. Alright, so picture this. You're browsing Google for a plumber in your area. You see 2 listings. One has, let's say, 487 reviews, the most recent one from 2019. Next up, the other has 42 reviews, but this one has 5 new reviews this month. Which one do you trust more? Review velocity isn't just some fancy marketing term. It's actually dead simple. It's the rate at which you're collecting new reviews over a set period. 5 reviews a week, 3 a month, 1 a day, that's velocity. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Google cares about this a lot. You see, your review count is like having a fancy degree on your wall. It's impressive at first glance, but velocity, that's the proof that you're actually good at your job right now. Your algorithm doesn't just care that you've got reviews, it cares that your customers are still reviewing you, still talking about you, and still coming back. The reviews sitting in your account from 3 years ago, they're doing almost nothing for your visibility. They're not hurting you, they're just existing. Now, Google doesn't officially scream about this in their ranking factors, but every SEO person worth their salt will tell you the same thing. Fresher reviews signal fresher business, and fresh signals get better placement. If you had to choose between getting 100 old reviews dumped into your account today or systematically collecting 5 new reviews every single week, you'd pick the 5 reviews a week every time. Here's a rough scenario. Let's say a cafe has 650 reviews with an average rating of 4.6 stars. The last review came in 18 weeks ago. On the flip side, you have Cafe B. This has 120 reviews with an average rating of 4.5 stars, but they're getting 3 to 5 new ones every week like clockwork. Who's getting better placement in Google search results? The result is Cafe B, not because they're better, but because they're fresher. Here's why the math works. Cafe A has velocity decay. 650 reviews divided by 150 weeks or 3 years equals 4.3 reviews per week. This signals to Google that this place might be closed or nobody cares anymore. 120 reviews divided by 24 weeks equals 5 reviews per week with a current velocity of 4 reviews a week. This signals to Google that this place is thriving, people love it right now. The difference? The number one thing is freshness. Google's algorithm gives heavier weight to recent reviews in 3 ways. Way number 1, ranking boosts. New reviews push you higher in local search results, sometimes by several positions within 48 hours. Number 2, trust signal. When potential customers see that your most recent review is from last week instead of last year, they trust you more. Full stop. Number 3, algorithmic relevance. Google's machine learning systems treat recent reviews as stronger signals of current business quality. A 4.6 star review from 2021 about your Wi-Fi speed, for example, irrelevant, completely irrelevant. A 4.7 star review from yesterday about how good you are, that's what you really want to focus on. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most business owners think that the solution is get more reviews. So they chase the count. They hit 400 reviews, then 500, then 600, and they feel great about it. Meanwhile, their velocity has dropped to almost nothing because nobody's asking anymore. And then that new competitor opens up just down the street. They start asking every single customer for a review, and within weeks, they've got 80 reviews and they're beating you in the search results because they've got momentum and they've got the velocity. All right, now let me talk you through the 3-level system, turning you from chaos into unstoppable. So right now, let's get into how you actually build this. And I'm going to show you a system that works whether you've got 50 reviews or 5,000. Level 1, manual asking. This is the foundation. This is where almost everybody starts, and it's not wrong, it's just not enough by itself. You're asking customers for reviews as they're leaving or right after they've paid, at your cafe counter, or if you're a hairdresser on your receipt or a plumber, via a follow-up text. The velocity you'll get probably likely in the realm of 0 to 3 reviews a week, depending on your traffic. Now, why does this work? Asking in person beats an automated ask, definitely. Someone just has to have a good experience, and you have to be fresh in their mind, and you have to have made it easy. Why it's not enough, though, is you can only ask the customers you see face to face. You miss the regulars who don't hang around after. You miss the people who had a great time but are halfway home before they're ready to leave you a review. So your review velocity plateaus around 2 and 3 per week, and it kind of stays there. Level 2, systematic follow-up. Now you've got a system, every customer gets a follow-up text or email within 2 hours of their purchase. This is good, this is not pushy, just a simple, cheers for stopping in, would love to know what you thought, with a direct link to your review page. The velocity you'll get with this will be roughly 4 to 8 reviews a week, depending on your conversion rate. Now why this one works, this is good because you're catching people while they're still happy. You're removing the friction, they don't need to search for you on Google, and you're asking them at the right time. But it's still a little bit bottlenecked. You're doing this manually or via a generic email template, and your follow-up time depends on you remembering too. So a lot of stuff slips through the cracks. Some weeks it happens, some weeks it doesn't. So your velocity becomes inconsistent. You get a burst, then nothing for a week, and then another burst. Level 3 is all about automated funnels. This is like a momentum machine. Now here's where review velocity stops being a project and starts being just a full-on system. Every customer transaction triggers an automated sequence. A text 2 hours later, an email the next day if they haven't reviewed, a second text maybe 48 hours with a special incentive. Your system sends the reviews requests 24/7 when you're asleep, when you're on holiday, when you've got too much on your plate. Now with a system like this, the velocity you'll get will be around about 8 to 15 plus reviews a week, depending on your baseline traffic and how many customers opt in. It's consistent, it's tireless, it removes your ego from the equation. You're not asking for a favor anymore, it's just part of the experience. And because it's systematic, you can test and optimize every single step. Now why this is the end game. So this means you no longer dependent on remembering to ask. Your business just asks for you every single day automatically. Now, I'm not saying you need to jump straight to level 3. Start with level 1, make it a habit first, but know where you're actually wanting to head, because once you've built yourself up to level 3, your review velocity becomes a competitive moat. Your competitors can't match you because they're stuck at level 1, manually emailing customers one by one. Now let's have a look at how to increase your review velocity starting today, like literally today now. Okay, you don't need to overhaul everything. Here are 5 things you can do right now. Number 1, go add a review link to your most sent message. Your customers are already getting something from you regularly, an invoice, a receipt, a confirmation text. That's your vehicle. Stop asking and just start linking it. If you send receipts by email, add a one-line signature at the bottom. Something simple, got a minute, here's a link to our review page, go and leave us a quick review. If you text order confirmations, include the link in your next message. This alone will add 2 to 3 reviews a week to your velocity if you're doing it right. Number 2 is timing it right post-purchase. This is when your customers are at their warmest. This is where most people mess up. They ask at the wrong moment. If you ask a customer at the right time, just after they've had a good experience with you, that's the best possible time to be doing it. For a cafe, that's usually 30 minutes or so after they've left. For a service, it's usually 2 hours after completion. For a product, it's usually roughly 24 hours after delivery. If you ask too early, they haven't had the time to form an opinion. If you ask too late, they've moved on and they don't really care. If you can nail the timing, your conversion rate will go way up and it'll spike roughly upwards of 20 to 30%. Number 3, make your Google review page stupidly easy to find. Okay, right now, a customer would have to search for Google, find your business, click your profile, find the review button, and click it and sign up if they needed to, and then type. That's 6 steps that most people just give up at step 3. Instead, create a shortened URL or a QR code that takes straight to your review form. Doing this will cut down the journey from 6 steps to 1, and you'll get way more reviews as a result. Number 4, build a week-to-week velocity target, not a total count, a velocity goal. Instead of, I want 500 reviews by December, say I want 5 reviews per week by March, then 8 per week by June. Measure it weekly, track it, talk about it in your team meetings. This is what matters. It keeps everyone focused on the now, not the total. And it's way more motivating to hit 5 this week than to chase for 500 over a whole year. Number 5, stop worrying about review quality just for now. Now here's the controversial bit. Most business owners obsess over whether they'll get bad reviews or not. So they ask only their best customers. Strategically, carefully, and it's the wrong approach. A 4.3 star average with 40 fresh reviews per month is better for your visibility than a 4.9 star average with 2 reviews a month. Now, obviously if your business is genuinely bad, this doesn't work. But if you're a decent cafe, plumber, or hairdresser, your average rating will stabilize around your actual quality level pretty quickly. And once it does, velocity matters more than protecting that average. Ask everyone, let the algorithm see that real people, not just your mum, are reviewing you and doing it right now. Why your competitors aren't doing this? See, most businesses don't optimize for velocity because it's boring. It's not glamorous. It's not a hack or a shortcut. It's just asking consistently at the right time and in the right way. And because most people don't do the boring bit, the ones who do get an unfair advantage. You've probably heard about businesses that had a viral moment and got flooded with reviews. That's not sustainable. That's not a strategy. But a business that systematically collects 5 reviews a week, every week for a year, that's 260 extra recent reviews. That's a permanent compounding advantage in local search. And here's where I'm going to mention my service, which is LittleNudge, because what it's worth, this is actually what it does. It removes the tedious part, which is remembering to ask, timing it right, chasing the follow-up, so you can just focus on what actually matters, being good at your business, so you deserve the reviews that you get in the first place. But even if you don't use anything, just apply the velocity mindset. Forget the count and just focus on the rate. So be honest with yourself right now. What's your velocity at this point? How many came in this month? That's roughly your monthly velocity. Divide by 4 and you've got your weekly rate. If it's less than 5 per week and you're doing more than 20 transactions weekly, you've got room to improve big time. What's the biggest bottleneck right now? Ask yourself that question. Is it your follow-up timing is inconsistent, or is it that customers don't know where to leave a review? Go drop a comment below and let me know what's holding your velocity back. I read every single one. And if you want to see how a systematic approach to review velocity changes your rankings in 8 to 12 weeks, give LittleNudge a look. We automate the asking part so you can focus on the being good part.